going to be making a copycat recipe of a Fritos enchilada casserole. And if you like enchiladas, this one's going to be over the top. So a couple of days ago, I had cooked up some ground beef, some onions, and some garlic. And I took half of it and I made it into some stuffed shells. I'll link that video if you're interested in watching it. And then I saved the rest of it. I put the other half in the freezer for another meal. So this was my other meal. I'm making a copycat corn chip, kind of a Frito casserole. It's an enchilada casserole. So it's made with Frito corn chips. It's made with ground beef that's been cooked with onions and garlic. I put in some roasted poblano peppers that have been seeded and cleaned and frozen that were in my garden from last year. And then I've got some enchilada sauce and some cheese and some taco seasoning. And it is amazing. So let me show you how I make it. So we're going to start off today by spraying our crock pot with some cooking spray or some butter if you choose. And at that point, we're going to put some corn chips in the bottom of our crock pot. And these are corn chips. It's just like a medium bag of either Fritos or some type of a corn chip. And you're going to layer the bottom of your pan, your crock pot, so that it's filled with the corn chips. Then I have about a half a pound of ground beef that I cooked with some onions and some garlic. It's already been pre-cooked. And I'm just going to throw it directly on the corn chips. And this is just going to add, you know, that extra depth of flavor, so it makes it really more of a full meal. It'll make you full. I'm going to use a half of a little packet of taco seasoning. And if you prefer to use a whole packet, you go ahead. I made a smaller dish of this, and it came out perfect with a half of a packet. Then I added a full medium can of enchilada sauce. Now this is a mild enchilada sauce, but they have medium and hot, whatever it is that's your preference. Add that enchilada sauce. I also prefer red, but occasionally I use a green verde sauce, but this was really good with the red sauce. Then I had some cleaned ancho peppers that had been roasted on the grill. I had them frozen in my freezer. I took about 3 or 4 of those and I put them in my crock pot. And at this point, I'm just going to stir up all of my ingredients. Not so much that I break up the chips, but I really want to make sure that just that taco seasoning is added all through this dip or this meal. It's really kind of an enchilada casserole, but instead of the tortilla chips, you're using corn chips. And then I added a whole packet of sharp cheddar cheese. Now, if you prefer any of the Mexican cheese blend or perhaps a mild cheddar cheese, you go ahead. I love sharp cheddar and I use it in almost everything. Then I had a little bit more sauce that I put over the top of my pan, and I went ahead and covered it, and then I turned my crock pot on low and I cooked it for 4 hours. So here is my final product. It is all cooked, and I am just going to get some of this for my dinner, and I'm going to tell you how it came out. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I'm going to do a little taste test for you and let you know if this is something I would make again. So all I'm going to do is add a little bit of sour cream to the top of this. Not too much. It's got everything in it that I want, so I'm not going to be adding a lot of extra stuff to this one today. All right, let's give this a little taste test and I'll let you know how it came out. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely, those Fritos add the best taste. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh, I can taste the cheese, the Fritos, the chilies. You know, I think this would be good if you added some refried beans to it too. Might be pretty good. Well, I can't even think of anything except my food. So I'm going to head off and enjoy my lunch. Thank you for joining me. I cooked this in the crock pot for 4 hours on low. Everything was already pre-cooked and it just came out amazing. You've got to try this. It's a great copycat recipe. So easy, no thinking. You can go do your thing, come back and have an amazing meal that your family's gonna love. So if you're not a subscriber, why not? Subscribe to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.